So welcome back to another episode, and today I thought I'd talk about the Xbox Series X and the PS5 3 months later, after launch. My experiences with both of these machines, the highs, the lows, the ups, the downs. Yes, I know 3 months ago it was absolutely ridiculous to find these machines. It still is now. Retailers were canceling orders, mass hysteria, stupid scalpers out the yin-yang, grabbing multiple machines from putting them up on Craigslist or whatever, on eBay. Ridiculous stuff, and I always hate that with a launch. I was able to get mine from Amazon and from Best Buy, so I was kind of lucky that way, but I feel bad for everybody who wasn't able to get one. But I still have a lot of things to talk about today to make people feel a little bit better about not being the first out of the gate. Just to, if you want these machines, you'll eventually be able to get them. That's for sure. And I don't believe there's a huge rush here. I'll ask you guys, first of all, what are some of your experiences with the PS5, with the Xbox Series X? Have they lived up to your expectations? Have they lived up? Are you enjoying them? Are you not enjoying them? Should you have waited a little bit of time? Let me know down in the comments below so everybody else can read who may not have picked up a system. Maybe you can make them feel a little better, but don't make them feel too jealous at the same time if you really loved it. Now let's start with the PS5. It's 3 months later, and I just want to say the machine itself, never mind the aesthetic, all the games running on it, that's fine, we're gonna get to that, but the look of the machine has still not washed over on me. I still think it's the most ridiculous design I've ever seen. I like the coloring of it. I think that's cool. The contouring, that's neat and all that. But every time I'm moving it around, I'm trying to get a capture device in the back of it, I'm like, what? Who designed this thing? It's so ridiculous. It's really big. It's really gigantic that way. And there's one thing that I hate about the PS5. Wait for it. There's one thing I hate. The stand. The stand. I hate the stand. I believe this, and you can tell me if I'm wrong or not. I'm designing a console for Sony. I'm like, hey guys, this is it. It's the perfect console. I've designed it for you. But the only thing is, we need this little stand to go under to balance it all up. Don't you think there'd be somebody saying, can we go without the stand and just have a machine that can sit on its own? Wasn't there somebody in an office meeting that may have said that? Or did everybody just say, hey, that goofy stand, great idea, let's go forward with that? Because the thing is not balanced properly. You need the stand to go underneath it, and I don't like it. It's always annoying me. I remember when I was first trying to put it on, I was like, how do I even do this? It's just so weird, and I don't like that. It makes the console feel cheap. That you have this like $500+ console, $700 console, and it's resting on this little standee. It's like, what? And it's like a cheap piece of plastic too. It's not like some beautiful piece of glass or something you slip it into. That would be great, but that's my nitpick about the aesthetic design, the look and all of that of the PS5 itself. As I said, how are the games? Where at first, remember like putting things into rest mode, things are crashing and all that. I just never put anything into rest mode for the first few months. I just said, nope. I just kept updating the machine thinking, hey, I think they fixed everything. And I believe up to this point, things are fixed. How have I been enjoying the games and the controller? The controller still 3 months later is a marvel. I love it. It's one of my favorite controllers of the last bunch of years. The haptics in there, the way it feels for games that are created for the controller are awesome. I love the feeling that controller gives me. It's great stuff. I think it's remarkable because remember in the past we'd always have rumble and just go da 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 da. Where now it feels like you can feel the guns that you're using, the swords, the slashes. It's cool. It adds something. It adds something to the overall experience. And how have the games been? You know what? The games have been fun. The games have been fun, like Demon Souls, a great amount of torturing fun, and Sackboy, a fun, friendly game. And here's, I swear, I know, I hate using this term, a little game that everybody overlooked, Immortals Fenyx Rising. right here. This is a game that is a bit of a gem on the machine because everybody overlooked it. Everybody was going for Demon's Souls or Miles Morales, and they forgot this game. And I sat a few nights playing this, and it's pretty good. It's remarkable how it's been overlooked as much as it has been. Spider-Man was great. What an awesome experience that was. And obviously, I picked up the special edition for Devil May Cry. I have yet to try that out. What are these next-gen games like? They're quite like PS4 gen. They're just a little bit up. Here's the thing, and this is what I want to say for anybody who didn't get a PS5. It's okay. It's okay. There's no rush here. I'm saying the same thing I said at launch. There's no rush here because all of these games are just a step up. We will never see that massive jump, I don't think, ever again. When we went from, 8-bit to 16-bit to 32-bit, those massive jumps. Seeing Mario take that jump into Mario 64, you were stunned. You'd never seen anything like that. And from going from the PS4 to these games are fun games. I'm not taking anything away from them. Demon's Souls really stands out. Miles Morales really stands out. You can see that it's a PS5 game. You can see that. You can see the difference. But it's not massive. It's not anything you go, oh my god. I had my father-in-law over. He came and saw it. And he could see that Demon's Souls was remarkably a good-looking game. But at the same time, it's not like, whoa. It's not making it blow your mind. It's gorgeous. It's nice. It's great. Great reflections. Things like that. Shadows. Textures. Very nice stuff. But it's not gonna make you lose your mind, but it is a fun game. So that's the interesting thing. And what have I been playing on the PS5? This is where it's funny. A lot of PS4 games. I was playing Strikers with Kim, Persona 5 Strikers with Kim. We were really enjoying that. And I find that I'm just going back to playing some PS4 games on it because what I'm doing, I'm waiting. I'm waiting for the Ratchet and Clanks. I'm waiting for the next Horizon game, the next generation games that are coming out, that are out right now. We're waiting, right? So we're in that time period. This has always happened. Does anybody remember when the N64 came out? You got that initial batch of games, and then you waited. I swear to God, it felt like 5 months before anything really amazing came out to make it worthwhile. I remember waiting for, Mario Kart going, oh my God, when is this game getting released? I remember that kind of feeling. And that's the feeling that I'm getting from the PS5 now. It's hurry up and get the machine and now wait. Another thing that I noticed with the PS5 that I really, really enjoy with PS4 games, I'm seeing faster load times. I felt I had that with ease, where I would, teleport from one section of the city to another, and I would count 3 seconds. And I teleport. It would load up the entire city once again. And so I was really blown away with that. Even going from the city to the outer regions of the game, it still was that fast at loading. Now, I noticed that with a few other games. I haven't done side-by-side comparisons, but I do notice faster load times. And let me say, I've said it, there's still so many great games on PS4. There's so many amazing games. And yes, there has been some kind of smart delivery, and there's not called that for PS5, for the PS5, that makes games run a lot better. That's cool. I'm liking that. But it's also showing you that the PS4 was pretty damn good at what it was doing. So if you haven't picked one up, don't worry about it. There's no massive rush. It's still going to be there. And by the time you probably get one, a whole bunch more games will be out to make it super worthwhile. And I'm telling you, I'm looking forward to when we get the PS5 Slim. I can't wait for that version. I'm looking forward to a smaller, more condensed machine because right now it's just big and bulky and awkward. The best way I can say it. Okay, the Xbox Series X. 3 months later, what do I think? I still think that I'm blown away. Every time I see it, I can't believe how small the Xbox Series X is. I remember when I used to see it in all the pictures, I was like, oh my God, it's gonna be this big. And it's like this big, it's like tiny. It's a GameCube size, right? A couple of GameCubes, unreal. And so I'm really happy about that. It doesn't take up a lot of room, and it's very quiet. It's a very quiet machine. And I love it when I'm finished playing a game, I can just put my controller right on top of it. It's all cool and all that kind of stuff. And it's great. How are the controllers? Well, I just got my Sea of Thieves controller like I normally do and just have that going. So it's the same basic controller that I use. I didn't like their controller. I found the back of it very gritty and all that. So I just used a standard Xbox One X controller, and that works great for me. How are the games? How are they doing? To talk about them, I need to talk about Game Pass. I need to talk about that. And let me say, I think Game Pass is absolutely incredible. I think it's absolutely incredible and absolutely terrifying. What do I mean by that? I think there's such an amazing selection of games, and there's a lot of great games. The Yakuza series is in there. There are so many titles to pick from that you'll just be going up. You'll be going up, scrolling, going, what do I want? I'll download this, I'll download that. Okay, it is awesome. And then every single big first party game, boom, it comes on there. Like the Medium, boom, here you go. You got Game Pass. Here's a first party title for you. Day one, go have fun. Go have fun. What is scary? What is scaring me about Game Pass? What's scaring me is how much I'm enjoying it, right? It's a subscription service. It's a Netflix. It's that. So it's the same sort of thing being a movie collector. I have all these Blu-rays, and then all of a sudden I get into Netflix, and I'm like, yeah, all I need is Netflix. I don't need to buy movies anymore. Do you see what I'm saying? When you have this kind of subscription service, you just start consuming media, and you're just so involved in that, you forget about physicality. You forget about physical games. And I get it. It's neat that way. You don't have all these games behind you. But I am one of those guys. I grew up in a physical media time period. And I will till I'm dead. I'll still be trying to buy physical media no matter what, because it means something. I like something tangible where I can hold it and say, look, I'm holding this copy of the game. It feels real to me. When I'm just playing something, it's the experience and it's wonderful, but I don't have it. So what happens is, if I cancel my Game Pass, I don't have any of my games, right? But if I buy physical games, they're always there. They're always there. Even though there's some games that you can't play without being online. That's a thing that's been driving me crazy for a very long time. But I think Game Pass is incredibly strong. And if you only play, I don't know, if you're not like a hardcore gamer, you're a casual player, I think it's a great way to go. If you don't care about collecting or buying physical copies of games, it's the way to go. I think it's excellent. I played so many games that I would not normally play. And that is the strength of the service. But it's taking me away from physical copies. It's making me just go, woof. Yeah, I like the Netflix, of Microsoft, the Game Pass. I like this. I can just sit, Game Pass and chill. That's what I do. I have so many games downloaded that I just sit and go, hey, you know what? Today's the day I'm going to try that out. And so I think for the future, Game Pass is very scary that way because it's very addicting and it's very easy. It's very, very simple. It's just a click, download, I got the game. Oh, there's a brand new game out? I've already got it because it's part of Game Pass. It's that simple. And I'm thinking in time that Microsoft is not playing the short game. They're not playing this short game. They're playing the long game. They know, as much as like Disney Plus and all these guys know, that the long game is subscribers, bringing the content to you instantly where you don't have to go to a store and buy something. That is an old idea. I get that. I'm not like one of these people going, no, I get it. It's beautiful just to turn on a machine and press a button and you got the game. It's great for them. They don't have to spend the money buying cases and printing discs. They don't have to do that. They just go, boom, directly to you. You got it. That's what they want. So Microsoft wants to, get the subscribers for the long run. And then what's going to happen? I swear it's going to be something like Game Pass, Movie Pass. There's going to be, they can combine those where you pay a little bit more and you get access to all of these movies and all of these games. And that's the subscription service. That's what their long-term goal is. I swear. And all these companies that Microsoft is buying, they're looking at the long game. They're looking at the far, far in the future, not 10 years, 50 years plus, that people just buy one box, and I bet it'll be like a thing like Stadia in the future. Oh, you buy Game Pass, you can load it up from anything. It'll just be like an app. It's going to get to that in the future. This is me speculating. I'm just having a little bit of fun, but it feels that's the way it's going to go. Stadia is a failed idea, but Microsoft is going to build up the infrastructure of games and studios creating all that content that you just have to have, and you'll pay a price to get it. Where Stadia is just a bad idea to begin with, where Microsoft has the money for sure behind it and the studios, and they're just buying studios like crazy because they know what they want to do for the far future. So I'm enjoying my Xbox like I've never enjoyed my Xbox for a long time. I kind of floated out. I was a big 360 guy. I love the Xbox 360. You should see my collection of 360 games. I have so many of them. But I kind of drifted out with the Xbox One, kind of drifted out a little bit. And then Game Pass brought me back with Fantasy Star Online. And then I'm like, yeah, okay, wait. And then I really delved into it. And then I was like, check it out. Like Gears of War 5 with smart delivery. It's a beautiful looking game, a remarkable looking game, and a fun game. And so the great thing is for me, as I've said, and I mean it on the channel, it's never been a war for me personally to do with these machines. All these companies are going after each other a little bit and stuff like that, which makes sense. But I've always loved Nintendo. I love Microsoft. I love Sony. I love Sega. I love all the companies. Bandai Namco. I love all these companies. I love great games on any system. I don't care what it is. So it's never been competitive for me that way. It never was, even when I was in high school. People were like, Nintendo versus Genesis. I was like, yeah, I got them both. There's no argument for me. I want my Mortal Kombat on my Genesis, and I want my Final Fantasy 3 on my Super Nintendo. I'm happy, best of both worlds going on there. So it's fascinating. It's 3 months later, and did I need to get all of this stuff? Did I need this next generation stuff? I could have waited. When I look at it now, I could have waited. But you know what? I had fun getting it. I loved the launch of these machines. I had a lot of fun. But for anybody, as I say, who didn't get one, it's okay, man. Just wait. It's gonna, you'll eventually get one when you want one. And at that point, it'll be worth it to you. Maybe it's not worth it to you now. I get that. For a lot of people, they're doing the wait and see. Hey, I had friends of mine who had PS5s that just frizzled and died day 2, which is scary, right? That's just crazy stuff. So it's always better to wait. I really do believe that. I decided to gamble, and it was a gamble. And I'm telling you, I was sweating when the machine showed up. I'm like, hopefully they work. Remember the red ring of death? I was like, I'm always afraid to see something like that when you first buy a console. It's a scary thing, but I tell you, I've had a lot of fun with these machines, and I'm looking forward to the future. I'm looking forward to new, more exciting games that are coming on the horizon. What do you guys think of these next generation machines? And oh my God, what has Nintendo got in store? Are they going to do a Switch Pro? We will have to wait and see. That is for sure. So anyways, guys, until next time.